Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the Pop Corner. Today we are going to talk about Silo Season 3 Episode 6, and this episode was packed with the strategy, major reveals and some really interesting setups for what's coming up next. And I know that you guys would be wondering why I'm recording this video holding my phone in my hand. It is because I have already recorded this review with my full on setup with tripod and light and all. But when I started to edit that video, I found out that the mic wasn't connected properly, and because of that the video was ruined, and I also put away all the things that I used for recording the video. So that is why I'm just lying on my bed and recording this video. So with that said, let's jump into the review. As always, I will be breaking down everything that happened, sharing my thoughts and discussing couple of theories. The review contains full spoilers from the episode, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, consider this as your warning. And with that said, let's jump right in. The episode picks up exactly where the episode 5 ended, with Juliette finally getting all of her memory back. She immediately tells Martha, Knox, Shirley, Patrick Kennedy and Lucas Kyle everything she now remembers, especially the safeguard protocol and the poison pipeline connected to the silo. Lucas already suspected because of the blueprint that he found in the last season. He knew there were two major pipelines entering the silo, one powering the IT vault independently and the other leading to the judicial, which is almost certainly how the poison enters in silo. Since they can't reach judicial without alerting Camille, Juliet comes up with another plan. She surrenders herself and asks Camille to take her to the voice. Juliet tells the voice she only wants to rescue the children trapped in silo 7 before the flooding kills them. The voice obviously refuses. She asks then if someone else can go instead of her. But again, the answer was no. Finally, Juliet offers to take the memory suppression pills again, and she also offered that you can give the memory suppression pills to the children too, so they won't remember anything from Silo 17. So that way, the silo will be secured and the threat will be neutralized. And that's when the voice agrees. But Juliet is actually playing a different game. She wants to send engineers to Silo 17 so they can figure out how to shut down the poison pipeline. She first suggested Knox and Shirley, but the voice immediately refuses. Then she suggested Lucas Kyle and Patrick Kennedy, and surprisingly, the voice agrees. However, as Juliet walks away, the voice quickly reveals that Lucas and Patrick are not expected to survive this mission, which means that the voice is going to sabotage their mission, or somehow it will kill them when they are outside. That's what I loved about this storyline. Juliet thinks she is manipulating the voice, while the voice clearly believes it's manipulating Juliet. Now I'm really curious to see who outsmarts whom. Meanwhile, Sheriff Paul continues investigating Orla Clint's murder and the missing critical supplies. While reviewing security footage, he noticed something impossible. Glenda, the former shadow of supplies, appears in two different places almost at same time. And I have two theories here. The first is that Glenda secretly has an identical twin, which would perfectly explain how she could appear in two places at the same time. The second theory is more interesting. There might be a hidden shortcut connecting to deep mine directly to the supply vault. Normally that journey should take hours, but the timestamps on the CCTV footage shows only a 10-minute gap. If that's true, Glenda may have been using this passage to smuggle supplies out and perhaps killed Orla to protect the secret. Honestly, both theories make sense and I am excited to find out which one is true. Another major moment comes when Camille secretly pours the vitamin D compound in the silo's water supply. At this point, it is pretty much obvious. We all know that the vitamin D is the memory suppression drug. Now it's only matter of time before everyone in the silo starts losing their memories. But what I am curious about is whether they will lose everything or they will lose their recent memory. I don't know for sure, but I am really curious to find out. Now let's talk about the flashback storyline. Daniel and Helen remain trapped inside the hijacked self-driving car with no control over it. Eventually, it brings them to a huge hangar where they finally meet the mastermind behind the operation, Senator Rosalind Truman, who you might remember from the previous episode who Daniel was talking about the Iran mission. Her first word to Helen and Daniel was, "How would you like to help me to save the world?" And then the episode ended. That ending immediately made me think that she is finally going to reveal the truth about the silos and bring Daniel and Helen into the larger story. And that's how Daniel and Helen are going to end up in one of the silo. Overall, I really enjoyed the episode. It wasn't packed with action, but it was full of strategies, mysteries, and important setup for the rest of the season. I am most excited to see whether Lucas and Patrick survive their mission, whether Juliet's plan actually works, and what happens when the memory suppression drug starts affecting everyone inside the silo. So guys, that was pretty much what happened in the episode number 6 of Silo season 3, and these were my thoughts on everything that happened. Now it is your turn. What did you guys think about this episode? Which theory do you think which going to turn out to be true, and where do you think the story is heading next? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or even better, write a small review, because I would love to read your theories and your thoughts on this episode. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, given the fact I recorded this video twice. So that's all in this video guys. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care.